Alright, now we have a general understanding about hub, link, and satellite. And we also have standard structure in picture that shows the business keys are included in hubs, and they are also used to calculate the hash key values that function as primary key, and they also contain load date and record source columns. Then these hubs are connected to each other via link table, so the hash key columns from the relevant hubs are inserted to link table as a foreign key. Then additionally, link table has its own primary key column, which is also calculated based on the business keys from the connected hubs. Then similarly, it also has the load date and record source fields. Then we have satellite table, which are connected to both hub and link and consist descriptive information about either the hub entity or relationship changes that take place in the link table. Different from hub and link, satellite does not have its own primary key field. Hash key from the hub table inserted to satellite table as foreign key, and combination of this hash key and the load date constitute the primary key field. And satellites are always child table either for a link or hub table. And lastly, we have one-to-many relationship from hub to link tables and also from hub to satellite tables. So the hub side is 1 for each cases, and the relevant link and also satellite side is the many. So again, we have one-to-many relationship between link and satellite, so as similar the satellite side is the many. So please keep in mind, when there is a parent-child relationship between two tables, the child side always keep the foreign key columns and they are the side of the many, and parent is the side of the one. Because the logic is as parents could have many children, but a child cannot have many parents. Okay, now we just get a short overview and then we will move on to our scenario. On the left side, we have the relational model of faculty and student tables, and it is simply turned into data vault structure. So we have two hubs represents the faculty and student entities, and a link table shows relationship between them, and also satellite tables that include the descriptive characteristics. So as a first step, we separated both business keys from faculty and student to different hubs, which we colored them as blue, and their student code and the faculty ID. Then the foreign key column, faculty ID in child table, indicates that we need a link table. So we inserted the hash key values of parent hub tables into the link table. And finally, we split the attributes like name or email of a student or phone or address of a faculty into satellite tables. Now we will a little bit deep dive and see also how we will split the data itself from source tables to data vault targets. Okay, we see in here the source data of student and faculty tables. We have students Frank, Julia, and Martin and their email address, gender, and also the faculty information they have registered. Then we can also see the faculty information as description, address, and phone. Then business keys from student and faculty tables are inserted to relevant hubs, and we also have the load date, record source, and the hash key columns. When we look at the right side, we see the link tables, which consist the hash key columns from hubs and also has its own primary key, which is the hash-based key value, and also load date and record source columns. Then lastly, attributes from the source tables are collected in the satellite tables. So in here, the main point is we are going to focus on how data vault tables are impacted when there is a new record or update in the source system. Okay, let's start with the insert scenario. We have a new student and her name is Emma and she will study the law. So let's see that which tables will be impacted from this new record. So when we look at the student hub table, it includes the distinct business key values, and business key of the Emma, which is 103, is not there. So we will get a new record in here with the latest load date information. Then we also get a new record in satellite table because we need to keep characteristic attributes as name, email, and gender information of Emma. Then additionally, we also have a new record in the link table because we have a new student, which is the code is 103, and she's studying the law. So this relationship was never exist before in that table. So that is why we are going to insert a new record in here also. We will not do any change in Faculty Hub and Satellite because the law faculty which Emma registered was already exist before. And there is not any update or further information about this, that's why we are going to skip it. But then school organization has decided to found a new faculty for social sciences, so we have a new record in the source table, and in this scenario, it is the first time that Data Vault encounter with this faculty, and then therefore we will insert the faculty ID into the hub table and also further characteristics into the satellite table. And there is not any student registered to the social sciences yet. That is why there is not any impact in the student tables regarding to this record. Then we have an update in the source table. So student Martin has changed his email address, but rest of the information is still the same. So which tables will be impacted, we are going to see. So first I will check the hub table. And it is very important in here that I would like to take your attention. We will not insert a new record into the hub table because student ID of Martin, which is 102, is already there. But will we update the load date? The answer is simply never. You should not update load date information in the hub table. So it gives the information as the first time the database saw the key information. Then we look at the satellite table. We need a record in here because as you remember, we mentioned that satellites are the place where we keep the history. So in here, we will not update the old record or change the email address, and we will get a new record and also new load date information, which helps us to constitute the primary key with the combination of the hash key column. Then we also check the link table if there is a change in there or not. Actually, there is not because the relationship of student and faculty, which means that the student code 102 and faculty information art is already there. So Martin didn't change his faculty, so there is not any need to add a new value onto the link table. Okay, then we have the last scenario. So Julia changed her faculty. She was studying engineering and she didn't like it at all, and she decided to move the art faculty. So first look at the hub table, and as we see that the hash key of the Julia was already there, that is why we don't need to do any change in the hub table, and as well as the satellite table, because there is no any change in the characteristics of the Julia. So therefore the only table we need to add changes is the link table, because link table include the unique combination of the relationship. So Julia and engineering relationship was there, but Julia and art relationship was never happened in this table. And it is the first time the link table see this information. And therefore it needs to be inserted as a new record, and of course with the new load date information. So we basically try to understand the behaviors of the data vault tables, and according to different scenarios like insert and update in the source system. So I hope that gives you some general idea about that, how the source system changes impact the data vault tables. Thank you for listening.